Hey guys.
Hey.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Meredith.
And this is One Season Wonders, the show where Meredith and I watch a show that only had one season.
Woo! We're in the finale because it only has 8 episodes.
Thank God. This is
short
nice
and sweet. That's
cleanser.
the best thing about these, short and sweet.
But if you want long and incredibly rough,
complicated,
but super fun,
incredibly rough,
we have a Vanderpump Rules podcast called It's About the Pasta. We have done seasons 8, 1, and 2, and we're about to do 3, so please check that out. Also, we have a summer house podcast named TBD, but we will be doing it with whatchamacallit?
The live season.
The live season comes out February, which you'll probably be past February, but you can always go back and listen because our podcasts live on forever. So I can't wait till we're parents and our kids find these. Woo. Okay, so let's get in the finale. Previously on NYC Prep, PC almost put Jesse's job in jeopardy. Jesse wants to help PC. PC has no idea what Jesse's ever done for him. Kelly with an exclamation point.
What is it? Exclamation. I almost said explanation.
There's a lot of pressure. I got
you keep doing explanation.
She got a vocal coach. Camille wants to get involved with Operation Smile, but she never followed up with Jesse. Taylor and PC are friends, and PC threw a party, but Taylor never showed up. So, Sebastian and Gabe talking about porn on the streets of New York, but then start talking about a benefit where you can help bring clean water to Africa.
I mean, this is wild because all season we've been hearing about Jesse's Operation Smile not crap, I guess, but like all of her stuff.
Yeah.
And then we just randomly decide Sebastian's going to host a fundraiser.
This is 10 out of 10. The privilege Sebastian has where he woke up one day and he said, Dad, you know what I want to do to impress the ladies, but also bring awareness to a cause? I want to have a benefit. And his dad was like, done and done, baby.
And Gabe's like, my dad will make it happen.
Oh, yeah. Gabe's dad, Gabe's dad, Gabriel, also helps. I love Gabriel. Okay, so now PC and Taylor meet up because PC's got to confront Taylor about why she didn't come to the party, right? And at first, Taylor's like, I feel really bad. I just got in a fight with my mom, and I didn't feel like going and being social, and PC does not believe her. And at first, I'm like, PC, come on, I get it. She her mom yelled at her.
I was kind of shocked he just blew this all off because she did say she wasn't grounded, but she gets in these huge fights with her mom and she was just really upset she would have been a Debbie Downer. And I was like, that is a beautiful transition to what I thought was the truth.
Yeah. But then PC's like, so where'd you end up instead? She's like, well, one of my friends had a concert in Brooklyn.
And he's like, wait, I thought you were at home because you were upset. And she was like, well,
I was, but then I wasn't.
This was bad. This was really bad.
So PC's like, I'm done. You burned me. I'm out. And Taylor says something along the lines of I wasn't your social experiment. And PC's like, whatever, bitch, goodbye, and leaves.
Oof, this is rough. I'm on Sebastian, or I'm on PC's side now.
I'm on PC's side now. Yeah. At first I was like, PC, some people get grounded. Okay. Yes. I felt that. And then when she's like, well, I went to a concert in Brooklyn.
Listen, if you're going to lie, you better button that shit up.
You got to commit. Mm-hmm. Also, this is before social media, bitch. You wouldn't have gotten
You were
caught.
fine. You were the one who slipped up.
I know. So now Sebastian and Kelly meet up. They're sitting on this tall wall. I just want to mention that Kelly puts her purse on the ground, and if someone were to walk by and just take the purse, they could run off with it.
I didn't even notice that, but I do have a comment when they leave about her fucking purse.
So they're sitting far away because Sebastian's afraid of girls, but he invites Kelly to his benefit, and he's like, hey, Kelly should sing at my benefit. And Kelly's like, no, thanks. I don't want to. But he's bugging
He's pushing her. He's like, no, come on.
Let's sing. You can
Again,
sing.
Last minute planning on this fucking random ass fundraiser.
Benefit didn't exist until 7 minutes ago. So this was it.
Now we need a performance.
And then they
by
leave.
Kelly.
So what's your comment on her purse?
Oh, when they're walking away, her purse, she's just like holding it down, but it looks so heavy. She's like limping along with the purse.
She's lopsided.
It was so bad. It looked so like, just put it on your shoulder and just carry it. But it was like so heavy. She's like swinging it, trying to like move it along.
Sebastian asked one more time about that singing, and she's going to whip him. That's what she was fucking ready for it.
Apparently.
So then we go to an Operation Smile photo shoot. I feel like, wait, really quick. I feel like every time we like switch locations, just like, so then we go here, and it's because the show is very choppy. Okay, it's how the show is, so it's how I explain the show.
Well, okay, this is also 2009. I don't think they had their editing down really, but nowadays in Bravo's show, they give us some B-roll in between.
Yeah, no, this is so now we're at this photo shoot that had nothing to do with the previous scenes, but it's an Operation Smile photo shoot.
Had nothing to do with anything, is what I've decided.
We're doing a photo shoot for a promotional piece of that's going to feature the jewelry that's going to go in the gift bag of Operation Smile fundraisers. I don't know. PC, he's here. We don't know why. So useless. Jesse's getting her makeup done. There's a male model that's coming, and PC's going to be really intimidated by him. Right? So I'm like, ooh, we get a hot male model, right? This is my thought. So PC and Jesse are talking. PC went to bed at 8 a.m.
Jesse's pissed.
Listen, in a pandemic, there's nothing better than sleeping away everything, because it's all you can do sometimes.
Yeah, but think about being PC though. He's like, I'm getting out of New York. Let me soak up the last few months of New York.
Yeah, Jesse's just like, oh, I feel responsible. People ask me where you are all the time. And PC's like, then text me and I'll let you know.
Leave some mystery. It's fine, which I get this. Listen, Jesse is more upset about not knowing where PC is than Cole about Taylor.
Yeah, no. Jesse's got to calm down for a second. And then, so we're going to shoot. Oh my gosh, it's time. The male model walks in and I'm like, the fuck is this dude?
Looks like Joe Schmo off the side of the street in St. Louis.
Bravo went outside and was like, hey, you got abs? Just come on in.
Come on in.
No. So PC he's basically backseat directing. This is not his. I want to be clear that I feel really bad for the actual photographer and director and people that are working on the shoot, because PC's just here like, hey, put your hair in your eyes. Hey, you should smile some more. Hey, I'm going to make a stupid joke about how your boobs are the same as the male model, so you'll laugh.
He thought he was there to like entertain and, talk with Jesse, and that's what he was doing.
He wasn't. He was there to watch.
Jesse's taking this a little too seriously. She's acting like she's a full goddamn model.
This male model does not say one word. He is useless. That makes me think he's not
even modeling. He's just standing there. But PC's pissed because no one's like listening to him, so he leaves. Which okay, bye. Okay, so now Sebastian and Gabe, looking dapper. These two, they are going to Sebastian's benefit. So Gabe's dad, Gabriel, the dad, Gabriel, he's letting Sebastian use his space for the benefit. Like just a room at a restaurant.
Yeah, we don't know if Kelly's going to sing yet, but we hope so. I at first was like, oh, I love how all these people coming up, they're just like kids who like probably have a bunch of money who are going to really help this benefit, right? And I'm like, oh, there's no penises. It's all girls.
It is just a line of girls. And he's like, hey, double kiss. Hey, oh, you have a twin? Oh,
bunch of hot girls. He only invited hot girls to pull on their strings and their heartstrings and their wallets.
His goal here was to impress the ladies. It truly wasn't
care
about raising
Africa.
Money. So he's doing what he said he was gonna do. This is a successful event for him.
I love how he's like, it's a bunch of hot girls, and then Camille comes up and he's just like, oh, hey, Camille. And doesn't like double kiss her. He's just like, sup, Camille.
Hey, I'm sitting over there. You're in the back.
So one girl who we've seen around, but she doesn't have a name. She's like, hey, Sebastian, who are you dating? And he's like, I'm not like into that. And then Kelly shows up and he's like, hey, Kelly.
She runs up to him again. She always runs to him.
I know. She's very happy to see him. She is going to perform. She shows up with her stylist and her vocal coach. She looks fucking great. She is so nervous. I feel so bad.
This
So
is her first
Sebastian
performance. Think about it. She's never done anything like this.
It's in front of all these hot girls and Gabe.
and Sebastian's dad.
And some of their parents. There's the occasional parent.
Sprinkled parents throughout.
Also, my mom would be fucking pissed if she was like sitting in a benefit with only kids. She'd be like, what the hell did you bring me for?
I mean, this is again where I'm like, okay, this is a TV show. This wasn't a benefit.
I've done that to my mom and she was pissed. So I get it. It was my friend's college graduation and she invited the parents. So I was like, Mom, just come with me. So my mom came and like there were other parents, but it was like her family. No one else's parents came. So she was sitting with me and she's like, I'm going to go. And I was like, come back. You're my ride. So I felt really bad. It's like, fine. She's a great mom. I love her. So, Sebastian is giving his speech. It's a fine speech. He clearly didn't practice it. He read it off a Word document and extra large.
Bad. This is so bad because it's on a computer and Gabe's like, can you see it?
It's size 84 font, so he can read it from far away. But it's clearly
longer than he can see on the screen, so Gabe has to, during the speech, scroll, and it all gets screwed up. Yeah. This is why you do note cards, because if you're going to have to read off something, at least you're reading off something in front of you, not like a laptop 5 feet away. Yeah,
it was slightly rough. But Camille's the one who really roasts Sebastian on this, because she doesn't debate. She knows how to give a good speech, which I'm not doubting.
Camille.
I'm not doubting. I had a friend on debate team, and his speeches were like,
Camille, this
fire.
is not debate. This is a dumbass function that got planned 24 hours ago. Like, this is
it's at Gabe's dad's restaurant. Okay, everyone calm down.
Do you notice in the speech, Sebastian says that everybody paid $20 to be there?
Yeah, and they all gave.
I'm like, how did you make any money off of this? Because I guess Gabriel just provided all the food and everything for this meal.
Yeah. So, but I guess that gives someone in Africa clean water for 20 years. So was it worth it?
They did not raise $4,000.
I straight up don't know how the math worked out on this, but I hope Gabriel, I hope Gabriel's okay. I hope he got paid.
There were like 20 people there.
You know, Sebastian's dad is going to come up with the rest, okay? They're breaking even tonight. Sebastian's dad's going to just buy well.
I bet Gabriel just donated everything that went into that evening. Not only the room, but I'm sure they all got food and drink. And
Dad,
they didn't charge him anything.
Do it for Sebastian.
Can I just basically host a party? That's what this is.
All I see is Gabe just, Dad, let us use the restaurant.
Threw $400 to Africa and said, have some water. Africa's like, I need $3,600 more.
They sent a case of water bottles. It was just like, good luck.
They went and bought a bunch of water bottles. Most of it went to shipping it to Africa.
Yeah, 100%. So Sebastian then, as if his speech wasn't rough enough, he then's like, okay, we're going to have Kelly sing. She didn't even want to. But she's gonna.
How embarrassing!
Oh my god! And Kelly's just like, "Fuck you, dude. You're an idiot." It wasn't
he
part
does
of
apologize.
It wasn't part of his speech. Gabe didn't scroll down fast enough. He didn't know what he was supposed to say. So then Kelly does great. Her voice is great. I didn't like the weird hand motion she kept doing. She kept like pointing everywhere.
Did you notice the people behind her were like not part of the fundraiser, but we're watching
at the actual restaurant, just ordering dinner, and then there's a microphone.
The people, who
there's like a microphone in the next room of this high school girls singing that we have to listen to during dinner.
I've never had anything like that. Like where I've been sitting at a dinner and another function is going on right next to me.
I hope someone was on a first date watching this, because this would be the worst thing to happen, where you're just
no, that'd be the best first date, because then there's like something you guys can talk about and bond over.
You just like stop talking and you both look at
you're like, what the fuck is going on? Dream first date after my grocery store shopping date.
I'll do that for you, actually. Just let me know where your date is. I'll show up, start singing. Something for you to talk about.
But like, back to me. You're not singing to me.
Come to your table and
stand in the middle of a dining room just singing to everybody else. And I'm like, my date would be like, what the fuck's going on? I'd be like, oh, that's my friend.
That's my friend. That's it. Okay, so I think Sebastian, this song made Sebastian fall in love with Kelly.
He had heart eyes everywhere.
Oh my God. But Sebastian leaves this benefit. He thinks the girls are really impressed. He's a ladies' man. We don't know what happened in Africa. Function. We have no idea. Is Africa better? We don't even. Sebastian single-handedly saved world thirst.
I bet he ended the water bottles got lost in transit on the way to Africa.
You know, Sebastian opened it up on the way to the airport and drank one.
On the way to the airport, he probably sent it through like FedEx.
To the UPS.
Yeah, USPS, and didn't even realize that they don't go to Africa.
Us. Okay, so now we're at this dinner party that Jessie puts together for her graduating friends. We see all of our friends. We see Kat, PC, Dan, Zoe, who I forgot existed now that Kat's in the picture. I really forgot about Zoe.
This seems like a great event. This is a true thing. Like, let's get all together. Like, let's get together before we all go to college, except for PC, because PC hasn't gotten into college.
But I'm going to give it to my girl Zoe for a second. I think Jessie was like, Zoe and Dan, you know, Zoe's had a crush on Dan forever. And Dan's like, you have? And Zoe's like, oh my God, I have such a crush on you. And I think this was so cute because they went home together.
Oh my God.
I love Dan. Okay, so they talk about where they're going to school. But I didn't get everyone's school, but there's one girl going to Scotland. So good luck.
That was so cool.
Yeah. PC though doesn't have college plans, and Jessie's really rubbing it in PC's face. It can be the butt of a joke for like, I think they all cheers. They were like, to college, haha, and that was like funny. But then Jessie kept going. She's like,
yeah, because PC even cheers and goes, not sure what I'm doing. You know, like they're all laughing about it and it's lighthearted, but she kept going after it.
She's like, you're actually not going to college. You're actually the worst. You're not going to college. I blah, 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 blah. And so I think Dan tries to really play it off because he's like, you know what? Whatever PC does, he's smart. I support him. He's worked hard all year. And then he stops. And then everyone starts laughing, including Dan. So I think that was like a fun joke. And then was like, let's move on. But then Kat is like, hey, let's talk about this issue that Jessie's having with PC. And then Jessie's like, why are we doing this? And Kat says, I'm just going to, like, you know, bring up this issue because I don't think you can correctly relay the information to PC, basically. And this offends Jessie to no end.
So terrible.
I thought this is a fair point. I get it.
Me too.
Sometimes you hear about something.
Well, Kat's the one who's in the middle of it, and she's talked to both Jessie and PC separately. And clearly things aren't getting better between Jessie and PC on their own. So it's like, hey, let's squash the beef. Here's what we need to talk about and let's move on. Jessie, you like, she probably would have been like, Jessie, you need to stop giving a shit about PC. PC, calm it down a little bit. Let's all move on.
I agree. And I think like sometimes when you're really passionate about something, you just can't get all your information out there calmly and like, you know, appropriately. So I think that's where Kat was like, Jessie, you can't. So, but then, you know, Jessie gets so mad at Kat and out there in a fight, and PC is the one that has to be like, can we stop arguing? This is our last.
Yeah, like let's enjoy our time.
Yeah, we're going to calm down. And then Jessie's fucking mad. So she's like, I can't move on. Because they all cheers another time and Jessie's just sitting there and she's like, I can't do this. I can't. I'm going to leave. And so she leaves and no one goes after her. And this was the moment I was like, Jessie sucks a lot, actually.
But I do appreciate when people who like are like, I can't move on from this. They do exit the scenario. I would rather you leave than sit there and be like bitchy the whole time.
That's true.
If you're going to be in a bad mood, GTFO.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that no one went after her. Zoe thought about it, but then she was like, I'm going to go home with Dan, so I'm not going to do it.
So he's like, I'll text her when I get home.
Yeah, it's fine. So now PC and Jessie meet up the next day. PC asked Jessie to meet, and he you know, tells Jessie how they've been friends for a long time, but he feels like he can't be himself and they're just growing apart and maybe they need to like kind of separate before their relationship completely deteriorates. Basically, he's breaking up with her as a friend or trying to separate. I think
he's basically saying exactly what Kat was saying. Like, hey, how about we just like lay off and not hang out as much and we take some space before our relationship actually deteriorates and we're no longer friends at all.
They're on a break.
They're basically Cole and Taylor.
Yeah,
they're friends without the label.
They're breaking up for a hot second, but they're still going to be there. Jesse's like crying. This is very emotional for no reason. And then they walk away holding hands. So I think they're back together, but we'll see. I don't know. Whatever. So, unless you had something else about that scene. I didn't. No, I thought it was stupid.
Okay. It was so dumb. I just stared at it and it was like PC just saying stuff and Jesse just crying. And I was like, I don't even follow.
Literally my only note is it's like he's breaking up with her basically. And I was like, okay, whatever. So now we're at the mall with Camille. She's trying on this nice pearl necklace and Taylor meets up with her. Taylor starts talking about this anti-war protest that she went to, but then she had to go back to school. And then she's like, it was a walkout, which makes me think the school was like, hey, at noon, we're all going to walk out of the school and come back. And Taylor's like, we're doing an anti-war protest and then go back to school.
I don't understand this because it's not like it's like 2001 when the Iraq war like started. Like we're living
2009. Through what war?
We're Wars we're in Iraq and Iran at this point, but like we've been in there for so long. It's not even. It's not like it's World War II.
I just typed in wars in 2009 and the first Google thing, like was, how it gives
NYC Prep?
No, it was Star Wars in 2019. So they were protesting.
Taylor walked out on Star Wars. This is literally gonna be like Iraq, Iran, like the Middle East, which we had been in for so long, but now like Taylor really cares.
Yeah, but she doesn't even know if it was a protest, if it was just a walkout, because she had to go to school.
If it was scheduled, if she planned it, like this is dumb.
She asked the person next to her, like, "What's this for?" And they're like, "It's an anti-war walkout. We're protesting the war."
What if it was actually like a fire drill? Camille's like, Taylor's so unique. Like, look at her just like doing whatever she believes in.
Taylor really just like had a fire drill.
Or like, what if Taylor was messing with Camille? Like Taylor knew it was a fire drill and she was just like, yeah, just did a walkout.
We had to go to school after this weird walkout for an anti-war protest. There were bells in the fire department.
The fire department showed up to like corral us to make sure like we weren't getting out of hand with this protest.
100%. The bells didn't stop for a long time. I was in the middle of a math test.
I bet it was a fire drill and just random ass kids just started chanting like "End the war."
I bet they fucked with Taylor again. She's like, "Is this a fire drill?" And they're like, "No, it's an anti-war protest." And she's like,
but people just started chanting, so a chant started happening, and she's like, "Oh, we're protesting."
Denise started the rumor that they're protesting.
Oh my God.
I can't breathe. We need to move on. Okay, so Taylor tells Camille about the meetup she had with PC. And Camille's just like, whatever, PC's status was like, his ego was wounded. And Camille's not worried because next year Jesse and PC will be gone and she becomes top dog at the prep scene.
You can come to me with anything. I'll be top dog next year.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a senior and I'll have all the advice to give to you.
So
you stupid ass junior. Yeah. Okay.
But Taylor the best is, Camille's good advice every 1 out of 1,000 times. But she'll basically be a leader. So like, I'll hang out with her.
I don't think these two are friends. I think they just like the show.
Taylor doesn't give a shit about any of these people. She just wants the in quotes status of them.
Wants that status. She wants to have so much money that she can walk out of her house and do anti-war protests every day of her life, and it won't even matter.
With or without a fire drill.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. So now Sebastian and his dad are walking the Brooklyn Bridge. Basically, Sebastian's getting ready for junior year, and his dad wants to make sure he's focused on grades because the girls will always stay. It's basically balance.
Yeah. It's like next year's going to be a lot tougher. You got to step it up. And it's like, you could still do all the ladies, but just like focus.
Focus on the school first. Okay, maybe he'll do the smart ladies. So then it's maybe it'll pass on.
Camille literally rubs him the wrong way and not the way he wants to be rubbed. Not the way Dan got rubbed.
Okay, so Camille. So now Camille meets up with Jesse. Camille's a little late, and Jessie calls her out on it.
I want to know. I need Bravo's 2020 editing to tell me how late she was, to be honest.
I don't think Camille was that late.
I bet she was like 2 minutes late.
No. Camille doesn't seem like a bitch who's late. She's 5 minutes early.
Remember when Jessie was late because she was changing outfits? Like, come on, you cannot speak about this.
So Jessie is basically like, hey, Camille, I gave you all this information on Operation Smile and you never did anything with it. And Camille's like, well, I actually wrote a letter and I called some friends and I'm really genuinely interested in it's a charity. You can't ever have too much help. Jessie's like, actually, I do. And you didn't join a Facebook
your help
group.
Isn't wanted.
You're supposed to join this Facebook group. And Camille's like, I didn't know about this Facebook group. And Jessie's like, I told you about this Facebook group. Basically, Jessie's a bitch. She says she can't babysit Camille.
I don't know. I can't decipher who's telling the truth. I feel like Jessie gave her all this information and was like, here, start here. And Camille probably was like, join a group. What the fuck is that?
Camille doesn't have Facebook, okay?
That's not true. Everyone had Facebook in 2009.
I did without my parents' permission. So
I made mine on Christmas.
I made mine over Christmas break in 2009.
Yeah, same.
That was it. Oh my God, we were Facebook friends. So I'm just
saying, I think this was both ways. They both basically should have followed up with each other a little bit more.
I think Jessie's being kind of a bitch. I think, listen, if someone came to me and I was like, hey, I gave you all this information, you never followed up. Let's just say, I'd be like, okay, maybe we can I can get you in contact with someone. I wouldn't be this mean. Jessie's straight up being kind of mean.
I need people to do shit on their own. I felt this a little bit because I feel like I deal with this shit at work where it's here's everything you need to do. Now start doing, figure out, just start doing stuff.
There was no we might have just not seen it, but there was no closure after their last meeting. It was basically
I agree with that. That's why I need more information on this.
Here's Operation Smile. Whose school is better than what? We started writing about
schools. When Jessie said, I told you to join this group and you never did, that Facebook group is probably where all the information is, subcommittees and sign-ups and everything Camille probably needs to know. That's why I'm putting it a little more on Camille. Plus, if you're the one who wants to join, you need to be proactive.
I guess so.
My rant is over.
I think Jessie's a bitch, and then she leaves in a taxi, and Camille 100%
Jessie's a bitch. But Camille is, come on, have a little bit more initiative here.
My girl Camille comes back at the Operation Smile benefit. Don't you worry.
Oh,
so now we're out to eat with Taylor and her brother. Zach got some girls. He's not going to tell Taylor, though, because he doesn't want Mom to know, obviously.
I want it.
Taylor says she tells Zach everything and then offers to let Zach know where babies come from. But I don't think they...
Gross.
Okay, now, next, Jessie is getting her hair done. Tonight's the Operation Smile event. She hasn't slept in a week. She has so much to do, and this hairstylist is nice enough to open his salon to everyone in the fashion show. And they got tons of designer clothes. Okay, now we're at the event. Are we ready?
There was so much happening here. I don't even know, what to even talk about.
So first we have Kelly and Taylor come in, and so do Sebastian and Gabe. There's a cocktail hour and then a dinner and then a fashion show. So this is cocktail hour. I love that
there's a cocktail hour when 90% of them are in high school. They all order Shirley Temples and,
flash
their fake IDs.
They drink, they eat the cherries and call it a day.
No, what you do is you order a Shirley Temple and pour a shot of vodka in there. You bring your own.
You do. I didn't get any drunk vibes from anyone though. I normally do. I didn't. Yeah. Jessie's boss and the stylist from earlier are here. Camille walks in and she's so sad she couldn't join the committee, but she figured next year will be better anyway because Jessie won't be involved.
I agree. Also, that conversation with Camille and Jessie was a week before the event. So
that's true.
Try for next year.
I agree with Kelly though. That whole conversation just sounded so dumb. It was dumb to watch. Camille and Jessie get nowhere. They did a loop around the block and called it a day. So, okay. So now Camille sees the head of Operation Smile. And so she's going to go talk to them. And I think she makes a good impression. And she does throw Jessie a little under the bus. She's like, I've been trying to get involved, but Jessie really won't let me. And
I don't mind this, though, because Jessie threw her under the bus.
I 110% agree. I was like, go you, Camille, get in there. And they said that they're going to reach out to Camille to like start a club at her school. So
yes.
Hooray, Camille got it. So now there's crisis backstage because one of Jesse's friends made a design and now they're missing. But don't worry, they are found.
Oh my
I thought
God.
this was going to be a bigger thing than it was.
There's just so many little things happening. I was just like, I'm overwhelmed. I just don't even know how to process this.
PC is in a tux. And then,
oh my God. Good.
Yeah, he looked really good. Did you see these candy centerpieces?
No.
Oh my God, the centerpieces on the table were just pure candy. And I was like, how come no one is eating this? Okay, I would have taken a Milky Way and a Twix.
Speaking of PC being a tux, did you notice Gabe and Sebastian looked disheveled as hell?
Yeah, oh my God. I was going to say, I feel like I would have mentioned if like they looked good, but they didn't.
No, they did not. Gabe's shirt was untucked and Sebastian's tie was basically like as if he just came home at 5:03.
They just came from hooking up with some hot chicks from
the bathroom.
From the Africa event, okay? Girls were so impressed.
From the bottled water event.
From the Africa event. So Sebastian and Gabe really quick like talk about, next year, are they going to get girlfriends? And Gabe's like, I think we should each pick one. And then if we don't like her, we can just cheat on her. And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I love it. Go Gabe.
God.
The worst. So now PC goes over to talk to Jesse's boss. Like the designer that he invited.
He really wants to apologize for what happened at the Fashion Week party.
Yeah, which he does, and the designer accepts his apology. He says it normally wouldn't be an issue, but this was like a really small event, and PC agrees, and everything's fine.
I think this is great.
Jesse's job is fine. Yeah,
this is where PC is mature.
Yes. Unlike the children that he had to hang out with all season. So there are a few models missing. So Jesse finds them upstairs smoking weed. They got to Jesse goes nuts. Get your ass out of here. You want to burn down the building? That's really smart.
I could get in trouble for this.
I get this as a high schooler being like, stop smoking weed. Also, it was illegal at the time. So like, cut it out. Stop smoking
There were a
weed.
lot of layers to this. I'd be pissed if I was Jesse because you have missing models. I'd be so stressed out. They're smoking weed in a building that like you don't own. Like it's not somebody's house.
Yeah.
You have no clue what's going to happen.
Sticks around. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. At the same time, now I'm like, just smoke a joint, bitch.
I know. It's so high school. It's just not the right event.
It's
just not the right time.
So now Jessie like excuses herself and she fucking falls down the stairs. Not only
in front of everyone.
Oh, I know.
It's to the side, but like everybody
in
the
main
saw.
room. It's in the main room and everyone sees and it's so awkward. And then the fashion show starts. Jessie gives a speech about how she's so happy.
She has some note cards.
Smart way to do a speech. And then it starts. All the models are teenagers. Camille hates this fashion show more than life itself.
She's so bitter.
This is where Camille's a bitch, right? She hates the outfits. She starts making fun of this one dude who hasn't been laid. Why we gotta go for the dude, Camille?
Remember when we all, like, everybody was a virgin at that dinner party? Why are we hating on virgins? Half of you guys are virgins.
Camille, you didn't hook up with Dan. We know you didn't have sex.
Some over-the-clothes touching. I hope my neighbors can hear me.
Camille hooked up over the clothes touching. Camille did, though, hook up with that one guy. He was cute. The black guy? He was
one guy.
The black guy that came out. He had glasses. He was super cute. And he came out and Camille's like, I hooked up with him. And then the next dude was a white dude that they blurred the face that was acting all weird. And Camille's like, that dude's a virgin.
Oh, my God. This was so dumb because, we heard Jessie talk about how many like designers were being included. Like these are clearly nice clothes. And then like that one random ass friend's designs, but these are clothes that are donated. It's not one collection. Of course it's not going to fucking match.
I know. And then Jessie comes out and Camille's just like, oh, Cruella de Vil.
She looked good, Jessie did.
Yeah, Jessie looked really good. Also,
she was in purple, not black and white and red, you asshole.
So then we're all clapping. I just want to shout out Gabe. Gabe is the weirdest dude.
What was happening? Man, I missed it.
He is clapping like, and he like has a spaz attack. Like, I was like,
weird.
Oh my God. It was, no one looked at him.
I thought you were going to do like the Nicole Kidman.
No, he claps once and then like spazzes.
Oh, weird.
And I was like, oh my God, I hate Gabe. He makes me so uncomfortable. But then we talk about next year. You know, next year Sebastian's going to go for quality over quantity of girls. Kelly and Camille are excited to be seniors, and Kelly's going to keep working in the studio. Really quick, PC asks if all these people are friends, and Taylor says, yeah, you know, the issue's done. PC and Taylor are cool. Taylor's going to keep hanging out with the prep school kids because they gave her confidence. You know, hanging out with them gave her confidence. She's a new woman.
She's a new woman, yeah.
Camille says that prep school isn't for everyone. It's if you're respected, you know? You could think it's money, but it's if you're respected. And Camille is taking over New York City next year. They were really trying to set this up for a season 2.
Well, I mean, that has been Camille's vibe all season of like, get the fuck out of here, PC and Jesse. I'm ruling the roost.
I'm number 1.
Which,
now,
like, people don't respect her, so she can't really rule.
I know. So then PC goes to find Jesse. They talk, you know, PC feels like he really grew up super fast. It's time to move on. He tells Jesse he got accepted into college in LA.
The one he wanted to go to.
Yeah.
It's like Occidental or Occidental.
I didn't write it down. I missed it. It sounded like a murmur. Nope. So then they have a cute little senior moment. You could tell, like, this is totally high school seniors. They're like, we're going to be apart next year.
I know. We're going to be on opposite sides of the country.
I know. Okay.
And we never really hear from Jesse. I realized that. Like, everybody went through, this is kind of how, like, seasons really end with Bravos. Everybody has a little voiceover and they're talking, but Jesse's never comes.
We don't know what's happening with Jessie. Actually, we do. You can listen to one of our episodes. I let you know.
Well, we know she got into FIT and from there.
Okay, so for this one, I did find Cole on Instagram, and he had a girlfriend in 2018, but now it just looks like he vacations a lot. It looks like he's in like Mexico or something right now. Yeah, he was in Mexico in
what's his
November.
Last name?
It's Cole, Garson, Garrison _ He looks literally the same, but with muscles. And there's a picture of him and all his friends in Mexico, and they all look the fucking same.
Oh my God.
They're all just like weirdo white guys, and some just have fedoras on, and some don't. I don't even know which one's Cole.
Exactly the same.
I literally don't even know which one's Cole.
Based on his like profile picture.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's doing too much. But I just want to mention, this is the story I wanted to talk about. So while I was Googling this, I wrote in Cole, NYC Prep, and then I spaced, and the suggestion under it was Instagram, and the one under that was Taylor, NYC Prep, homeless. So I clicked on that, and it took me to a Reddit. There's a lot of stuff where it doesn't mention it. So I really went into Reddit.
Love Reddit.
And 1 year ago, someone commented on this Reddit thread and was like, oh my gosh, a girl in a Facebook group I'm in went to school with Taylor and said she's homeless and panhandling now. She's horribly addicted to drugs, apparently.
Oh my God.
This was 1 year ago.
How much do we think we can, like, believe this?
Well, she did drop out of her school, and she went to that other school, and then she kind of goes black on, like, what happened to her. Yeah. So I don't know. They ask, like, it's a rumor for sure. The same rumor was posted around here. Yeah. She's apparently been panhandling on the New York City subway stops. Multiple commenters in the Facebook group posting corroborated seeing her, even mentioning some Midtown subway stop. Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
She's homeless and here. I'm from NYC. Taylor and I have mutual friends. She's homeless and she's addicted to drugs. I also met a girl who was dating PC at the time on a flight back to New York City, and she also confirmed this, and that was a year ago.
Oh, that's so sad.
That is very, very sad.
I just searched Cole's Instagram for Taylor, and she's not on there. Like, if he's following her, if she's following him. Because I feel like this is a high school relationship. They'd probably still be following each other, but nothing.
Very sad. But yeah, that's what I found.
Oh, no.
Reddit
has everything.
I know. So this was more dedicated to Taylor because Cole's Instagram wasn't interesting enough. Okay, Meredith, we have to end this. Why do we think there wasn't a season 2? And would you watch a season 2 of this? If this was air, go.
I think there isn't a second season because of PC and Jesse leaving. I don't think we had strong enough sub-characters or the rest of the cast to really carry a second season. The dynamic between Jesse and PC was just fabulous, and we never really got true friendship vibes from anybody else.
PC was good TV. He was just genuine good TV.
Plus, I think they might have been embarrassed when this was released.
Because they were trying to go to better, like, good schools. Yeah.
Well, think about how much they talked about, like, hooking up and fake IDs and drinking and, like, oh my God, did you have
their
sex
parents watch this and were like, Camille, what'd you do with Dan?
I have been thinking, I think that's why Taylor switched schools.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. It's a lot. I would probably have watched a second season, though I don't think it would have been as interesting, and I think it would have died after the second season for sure.
Oh, would have been a huge flop. Never could have carried, like, a real, like, multiple seasons.
So before we go off this incredible journey of NYC Prep, what do you rate it?
Wow, this is the first one of ours.
Out of 10.
So it's kind of tough.
But like out of reality shows you've seen on Bravo, right? So we have the Housewives.
Yeah, but that's not fair because there's real shows. Like it has to be out of the one seasoners. So we're gonna have to compile a rating of all our one seasoners. I would say for a one seasoner, it's probably a 7 in my book.
Okay, I was gonna give it a 6. I think it's solid.
I would watch this again in like 3 years.
I think this was a solid 6. I would probably maybe watch it again. It had its ups and downs, but I think if I was watching it alone, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. I think it would have to be with someone.
Yeah, or like my sister watched it when they aired it on Bravo during the like April pandemic. So it's like you're so bored, like let me record them all and just binge them while I work one day. Yeah,
this was a good quarantine activity. Who was your favorite? This is my last question, I promise. Who was your favorite?
Ooh. Wow. You know, to be honest, I feel like I'm going to split this question up. I feel like I could actually and would want to in a high school be friends with Kelly. Okay. However, my favorite to watch was PC.
Okay. Who would I be friends with in a high school?
I would want to be friends with Kelly. I'm not sure.
I would want to be friends with Kat. And Dan.
Pick from the main characters. No, pick from the main characters because I love Kat. Good point. Zoe, 10 out of 10. The side character's always the best.
I love Dan. Okay, so my favorite to watch was definitely PC. Or PC.
Sebastian was pretty good too.
I was gonna go Sebastian. I was thinking the boys were great. But I think I would actually be friends with I'm trying to think of my actual friends, and Kelly's the only one that's actually like normal friends. I might be friends with Sebastian.
Like
I might be friends with Sebastian in high school. Like I wouldn't have hooked up with him, but we'd be like cool friends.
Yeah.
I'd be that girl at the Africa water event that was like, so
who you hooking
who's
up
your
with?
Girlfriend? Yeah, I'm that bitch. Meredith, this was fantastic. I hope one person listens to this because it was hilarious.
I just really hope people realize the quality of one season shows on Bravo.
This was great. This was amazing. 6.5 if we put ours together.
6.5
out of 10. 6.5.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you. And stick around. We have other one season shows we're gonna do eventually. This is more of like a palate cleanser of our big ones, and we enjoy them immensely.
We've got some lined up, so we've got some good ones in the books, probably ones you have never heard of that I had never heard of.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Until the next one season wonder.